about trophies and medals that have never been given out before. As you see, really starting to move out is Marin.
Marin, you can see, is already taken about a length there, almost a length on the rest of the field in the first just under 500 meters of the race, and it is in the lane right next to them. Out of Austin on the far side of Marin there, who is going along with them, appears to be in second place, but that second place is very close between a couple of crews, potentially out of Marina Aquatic Center, Greenwich and Austin, very close to one another again. So everyone, the only one that has separated themselves out at this 500 meter mark is Marin, which we've seen out of a couple of other crews that they've had here today. Marin, of course, a long history out of California. Good to see them showing some speed again, considering the history that they do have here at the youth national level. As we pass that bathroom, that's that identifier for us. This is one of those courses where there are major markers. Like as an athlete, you see things out of your periphery, and when you can have something like that, like the big white, of the bathroom itself, or like the end of the wave attenuate or something like that.
Race.
Large landmarks that make it obvious as to where you are on the course, those are actually quite helpful, because sometimes they'll sneak up on you a lot faster than you think, which feels really good to know that the course has gone by faster than you realize.
Yeah, the course itself is super well marked. If you look at the buoys, it's sometimes hard to tell when we have moving pictures, but at every 250, there's a red buoy line. The last 250 meters of this race course are all red, but at every 250, there is one red buoy line. So that's another thing that the coxswains and the rowers can look for as they come through those red buoy lines, knowing that they're going to come through, 8 of them in order to get to the finish line. So Marin really with a commanding lead now, half a length of open water. You can see second place is Greenwich. Greenwich, obviously we've talked about, has had a tremendous regatta so far. Tons of boats in the AB semifinal. In fact, in the A final. In fact, I think only one of the boats this morning was in a B final of all of their boats that we saw. So they're sitting in second place. They're trying to hang on to second place ahead of Austin Rowing Club. Austin Rowing Club sitting in third place. You can see them at the top of the screen there. And they are having a very nice race. And they are ahead of both,
Marina Aquatic Center and Chicago on the near shore. Those are the two crews that are trailing, that are moving right along with Austin, who is trying to poke into the lead that Greenwich has on them currently. But it is very close between third, fourth, and fifth place as we are crossing into the second half of this race. But the more course that happens, the more strokes that are taken. Marin just continues to lengthen their lead, which sitting out in front like that, having that lead on the rest of the group, you sit comfortably. You can see them almost straight behind you at that point. There is no peripheral vision that needs to be used on the athlete's part, and when you can breathe and relax and follow the woman that's in front of you, the person that's in front of you, it makes everything feel even better, because you're getting that external cue that what you're doing is really, really working. As we're talking about Marin being the current leaders out in front like that, we do continue to have a battle going on, because although we have 6 crews here on the course right now, only 3 advance to that A final. Again, started with 16, cuts down to 12, and then it's going to cut down to 6. There's going to be a delineation among those top 12 here, and this just goes to show, this race just goes to show how tight this field really is.
Yeah, and it appears to be getting closer between Austin and Greenwich. Those are the 2 boats at the bottom of the screen as if you're watching at home or here on the race course. And thanks for picking it up there as my saliva went down the wrong pipe. That's why we have a team. And you see Marin, they just continue to, they're not even in the picture because they just continue to move away from the field. But that battle that is going on there between Austin and Greenwich is really a grudge match. Chicago trying to sort of latch on, and they do have connection on both. Chicago is going to try to get into the mix here as they approach 500 meters to go. It does appear to my eye that they're starting to do so. So Chicago Rowing Foundation, again, we talked about a long history of a lot of success in women's rowing in particular at the youth level, but really both sides. I remember boys 8s making it to grand finals or near grand finals, but you've got this race that continues to go back and forth. It's kind of whoever's in the water. I mean, this is one of the best races, particularly of the 8s, that we have seen the entire regatta so far, or the entire day 2 of the regatta, and it's just basically, they just keep trading punches. It's Austin right now. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I stop talking, it's going to be Greenwich, but Marin is just crushing it out front.
And it is Chicago's overtaken Marina Aquatic Center. Marina Aquatic Center in the nearest lane to the beach where the spectators are. They were the ones that had an early good portion of the race. They were out ahead of Chicago. Chicago bided their time, and now they've clearly retaken the lead on them. Again, still is Marin out out in front with Greenwich and Austin battling it out for second and third right now. But is this late charge, this late adjustment by Chicago, this overtaking of Marina, is it enough to kind of slingshot them in and at least put a scare into Greenwich, who is the next crew nearest to them? And as I say that, you have Marina Aquatic Center, not happy about the lead exchange that they just had with Chicago, and so they're fighting back for any bit that they lost. But it is still Marin out in front, Greenwich and Austin with a battle close for second and third after that. Top three go through to the A final.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen between Greenwich and Austin, because they're into the last 250 now, and it's really whoever has the guts at this point or whoever decides that they really want to go. I would suggest to both that they go, because you see Chicago and you see Marina Aquatic Center pushing, and they will certainly jump on any opportunity if one of those boats in front of them decides to not go. But it's Austin, it is Greenwich, and they are back and forth. Who is it going to be at the line? They're probably going to see each other in that grand final in this women's under 16-8. But everybody is trailing Marin. Marin, the class of this semifinal, and they're going to win it by 3 boat lengths of open water. And it does look like Greenwich is going to finish about a half a length ahead of Austin at the line, as we're going to have almost a photo finish between Marina Aquatic Center and Chicago, who will see each other in the B final. So we'll remember that one as they finish about 10 feet from one another and ahead of Rowe, New Jersey.
Well, it did with
So that
them in
was
the
semifinal
finals.
2 of the women's under 16-8s.